Welcome back. We learned earlier last month the state has met the conditions to trigger lowering the income tax again in Kentucky. That would mean the income tax rate would drop another 0.5%, meaning it can go from 4% down to 3.5%. The cut is possible because the state's reserve fund has grown to more than $5 billion. Lawmakers will still have to approve the cut in the 2025 general session, and it would not take effect until 2026. Now, we've discussed some of the pros and cons of lowering the income tax a few weeks back on this program. Today, I want to have a discussion about where the goalpost is and what kind of difference these cuts really make for the average Kentuckian's paycheck. And considering we have the guy who made the original announcement here, Senator McDaniel, as budget chair, I've been hearing differing things on this, so I want to understand where the goalpost is, because earlier in the summer we heard discussion from the Senate President and Speaker that we could be slowing down the tax cut to 3.5%. The original goal was to go to 0%. What does it look like now?
Well, I think the biggest goal is to responsibly reduce the income tax. It is a widely accepted idea that taxes that focus on consumption rather than taxes that focus on production are the most effective in incentivizing economic growth. And so to that end, the income tax is a tax on production, and you want to try to reduce those. And so ultimately, if we get to 0, that will be good. And we are in a very responsible place, a place that was set up deliberately so that we didn't do this in such a way that we jeopardized critical public services, so that we did things that were otherwise detrimental to the effort. But at the same time, we responsibly moved to a point where Kentuckians could keep more of their hard-earned tax dollars. And I'm very proud of where we've gotten so far. If you're someone in Kentucky who makes $50,000 a year, this year you kept $1,000 more in your pocket than you did 6 years ago because the government's not using it, and our reserves are still continuing to go up. After this next vote, there will be another 0.5% that stays in that very same person's pocket. And I'm very proud of where we've gotten, and I think we definitely have further to go.
Senator Neal, do you see this as the most effective way for Kentuckians to save some money?
I think the jury's clearly still out. We don't know. We're still on a journey, perhaps to 0. And the fact of the matter is that there have been some examples of how this has been negative in certain other environments. Take Kansas, for instance, who had a system similar to this, and it undermined their whole economic thing. They had to retreat in that particular regard. So I don't know where this is going to end up because we're on this journey. But I do know that when you lower taxes, the question is going to be who's going to pay for the services that you currently have and those challenges in terms of services that you're going to need going forward. Where is that money going to come from? So if you knock out the income tax, then is the question then that we pay for those services by raising taxes again, or does that mean we're going to shift it to a sales tax and what we would consider to be a regressive tax? It's not even in terms of impact on certain income groups. Or are we just going to give up the service and turn that corner that way? So I think the jury's still out as to what this ultimately is going to mean.
We have less than a minute left here. As we move forward 10 years from now, is it still sustainable to have a rate that's going to be that low, without a crystal ball, so to speak, considering things like inflation?
Absolutely it is, and that's part of why, you mentioned the first of 2 triggers that are in there, which is having at least 10% of the receipts in the rainy day fund, and the other is that in order to reduce it 0.5 point, you have to have a full point's worth of surplus so that that you are easily fitting inside of the confines of the receipts that you have. History has told us that those receipts only appreciate with time, and we're staying in a very conservative manner to make sure that we don't hit those very scenarios.
All right, gentlemen, thank you all both so much. We'll be right back with Point of Order.